welcome to my stream. Let's see how today goes. Can't believe it's Thursday already. Alright, so what I normally do, let me transition over to my display here, is I work on my roguelike or do the advent of code. Actually, we can close this tab now. I thought, just as a little palate cleanser, before we dive into more door stuff on the roguelike, is to take a look at a program that Togglebit wrote to search Twitch streams. And it is here? No. It's Twitch search, I think. Yeah, I'll put this link in the chat in case people want to check it out. And I'll add it to the YouTube description when I upload this to YouTube. But basically what it does is you set up a Twitch token and Twitch client ID, which I don't have right now, but I did create a little script to do it because you don't want to do it. Call it set token. Oh, it's in my home directory. Bin set token. There we go. So this sets the two environment variables that you need for this. So Twitch token and Twitch client ID, and then you can just run it. First we have to clone it. So let's clone it first. Boom. we have a whole bunch of things here. Okay, git clone this. And actually, I was going to take a look at it, but I was going to also new cat. I don't know what that means. Let's fork it, actually, so we can submit a PR if we need to. So let me remove what I just cloned. And then let us grab this version of it. Copy. Git clone this. And it's just GitHub, I think. I have an SSH key set up. Excuse me. All right, so this is our clone of it. Our clone of our fork of it. And I thought we could take a quick peek in here and see what this is all about. Source main. So let's find main. All right, so there's a search term here from the arguments. Yeah, we skip one, which means we're skipping the name of the program, and then we're going to grab the next argument and use that for search. That's our search term here. We call this fetch function, which we'll take a look at, and then we go through the entries and filter out. So Togglebit obviously didn't want to find his own streams when he's looking for other people streaming, and then a couple other people would stream with the word trust in the title, and so those get filtered out here, and then the entries just get printed. So we can try running this. Let me run it. I'm going to run it here because it is a wide display. Let's go down to documents dev and Twitch search. So I can say cargo run and look for Rust. It's got to build everything. And we can see me, right? Let me actually make it a little bit bigger because apparently my description is very long. Okay. But we can also search for like Java or whatever. And here's somebody, this is Korean here. That's interesting. Oh, and this is also interesting that this name is a little longer than anticipated. I wonder if there's a name size limit. And it's neat. It's got the language that is being broadcast in, right? I think that's Turkish, right? And Korean, Russian, and Polish. I think. Oh no, it's Portuguese. Bom dia. That's Portuguese. Okay. So it's kind of a neat little thing. It's very specific to Togglebit, of course, because the filters that he's got in there are specific for him. And then Let's see, and then it's hard-coded here. That was the other thing. It's hard-coded here with the game ID. So I did take a quick peek at this earlier. And I thought what would be fun maybe would be to play around with this a little bit and see if we can, I don't know, add a command line argument for it. We could do a few different things with the command line, like instead of hard-coding the exclusion list, we could pull it off of, like, we could say -I or -X for exclude. We could also have it so that we can make it case sensitive, I guess, although I'm not sure why you would want to do that. You're just looking for streams. One thing I thought would be good would be to make it do word-based boundaries. So if I say search for Java, it does, or Rust, right? It doesn't find anything that has trust in it, like that. And which is one of the reasons these people got excluded. And I don't know that we need to do those exclusions anymore anyway. So it would be nice to be able to say like cargo run -W for like word boundary, and then say Rust, and then say only find things that have the word Rust in there with the word boundary on the beginning and end. We can just use a regex to do that. We don't have to do anything fancy. And then maybe we could add XX for exclude. We could say don't include that person when I look for Rust, for example. Right? Now it's just going to find -X because we don't. Oh, there is somebody with. I'm surprised. Somebody in Russian there doing Coco's 2D -X. Okay. So I thought that might be fun. Also might be good to update it, because right now, if we look at our cargo toml file, I think unrec has been updated. Unrec. Oh, and then the last, urec, sorry. And then the last thing, yeah, we're up to 240. Is there a... I'm looking to see if there's a dark mode here, and I don't see one. That's unfortunate. That makes me sad. Okay. The other thing I wanted to add was proxy. Using the HTTP Connect, we can do proxies. Because that's something that people are behind a VPN, or if they're yeah, I mean that would be the reason to use a proxy. If you're behind a VPN, you want to be able to do a proxy thing, and I won't be able to test that live because I don't want to turn on a VPN in the middle of streaming. That won't really work too well. So Oscar says there is dark mode. I'm looking at the top, which is normally where you'd like find something along those lines, like a theme or something. But I'm not seeing it, so. Yeah. Oh, on lib.rs, there's dark mode. Okay. Lib.rs there. Okay. I'm using the crates thing because that's what I'm used to. But thank you. That's good to know. Okay. So I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah. So urec is up to 240. So we should be able to switch it over and see if there's any changes that need to be made. And then serde.json is up to 074 from 058, and then chrono has not been changed. It's a date and time library for us. And I wonder if maybe there's a newer crate that's more up to date, or maybe it just doesn't have to change. Oscar Allen says it's the same registry, just another viewer. Oh, I did not know that. Thank you. So I should be able to type in urec here and see it. Yep. Perfect. Although I don't see where you copy and paste the version. This is all the same, right? It's just, okay. Where's the version copy paste? I don't see that. Okay. Well, so this has some features, and the other one has other features, I guess. I'll go along with that. All right. So why don't we? Yeah, I'm going to flip back to this because this is what I'm used to. Like I said, so Chrono is the same. We don't have to update that. Surdy is up to 7.4 now. So let's update that, and then this is up to 2.4.0. Mizzard X says top left has a list of versions. Okay, let's take a look. Top left. Oh yes, it has the versions. What? Okay, you're right. But what I was looking at was this thing here, where I can just click copy, and it copies it to the clipboard, and then you can just hit paste right into your TOML. Right. That's pretty convenient. But yeah, you're right. These are here. I could just manually hit Command C and copy it over, or Control C. Yeah, Oscar Allen says it doesn't have a copy button. All right, so that's a feature request. Is this open source code, this lib.rs? Maybe we can hack something up. Or maybe there's already a PR for it. Because it would be nice to be able to have a little copy button next to each one of these, right? All right, so let's see what happens. Now, this is something I have not tried. I mean, I looked at the code briefly yesterday when Toggle pointed it out to me, but I haven't tried doing this yet. So let's try doing cargo build and see what. I should probably do a cargo update because we now have a cargo lock file, right? I don't know if that's gonna do anything though. It is compiling that. Ooh, okay. So we have a few errors as a result of updating. No method named int.json found for any result in the current scope. Okay, so now we get to dive into the docs. I'm sure the docs are right here. Here's API reference. There we go. So there's no more int.json for result. So where's response? It's an enum result. It's a result response. Oh, do we have to unwrap it first? Maybe. Here's response. Here's into JSON. Yeah, maybe we just need to unwrap it. Let's take a look. Line 103. Unwrap? Oops. Unwrap. Dot. Consider given JSON a type. Okay, so what type are we looking for? Cannot infer. It's looking for a value? It's got a value right here. Okay, maybe I can just put value. It's dabbing in the dark. I was saying consider giving JSON a type. This one up here. It was on the wrong line. There. Oh, okay. That was it. So all we had to do is do those two changes. We had to unwrap the result. And then we had to tell it what kind of value it was. Okay. That looked straightforward. So let's see. This should still be able to run. I'm going to go over here for the wider screen and see if we can get the Java thing to run. Yep. So now it's working fine. Cargo update, was it? Yeah. So I think maybe just updating those things did the update for me. So I think we're good. All right. So the next thing, so let's check this in as a change before I keep going. Git add cargo toml and source. Git commit update crates to latest version. Okay. Yeah, so this is good. The next thing I wanted to take a look at was doing the proxy stuff, which was described right here. I saw here. Right. So instead of, I was seeing this, it has this thing called an agent builder that you proxy through. So if you have a proxy, you stick it in here, and if you don't have a proxy, then you just say agent builder build. So let's see where in the code we're actually making the request. I think we were right near it, right? When we put in the value thing here. Of course, values everywhere. Yeah, here. So we're doing a urec get. So I think we might want to just change this to agent get, and then it becomes proxied. And what we can do is one step at a time. We can first generate an agent without a proxy and then make sure that works. And then after that, we can insert the proxy if one exists in the environment. So we'll say let agent, so urec, agent builder, new build. So there's our agent, and now we should be able to say, instead of urec get, you should be able to say just agent get. That checks. Let's see if it runs. Sorry about the flipping back and forth on the screens here. Oop, I meant to do cargo run, Java. Okay. So that still works. And now if I say, so I want to generate a proxy. I want to say if, we already have a way to get environment variables. It's right in here. So should we say let agent equal if, okay, proxy string equals end var HTTPS proxy. So it'll just pull it out of the environment that way. Then we're going to generate an agent builder like this, but with the proxy of, we have to first create the proxy. Let proxy equal urec proxy new of proxy string. And then we'll just put the proxy in here. Proxy, and get rid of the P in front of the build. Else, we're going to just return this. And I wish I could test this. But like I said, if I enabled VPN right now and set the proxy up, it would I wouldn't be able to stream. So well, I'm not going to be able to test it, but we can at least test to see if it fails, right? If I set HTTPS proxy to, I don't know, google.com, and then cargo run Java. Oh, everything blew up. Oh, we have to unwrap it. Did I miss that in the docs? Oh yeah, there's a little question mark there. I missed the question mark. Okay. So we can say, we'll use toggle bits pattern here. Let proxy equal match, like that. And then OK is going to be proxy. Oh, maybe he doesn't. We'll just say P. So I see client ID and then he uses CID. So let's use the same pattern, and then error. Don't know what the error is. E println cannot generate proxy from proxy string. And then exit 1. Oops, I missed something. There we go. And that's that. And then we can generate the agent builder from that. Okay, let's check. Doesn't like that, not found in the scope. Oh, if let, okay. Oh, this is moved here. All right. There. Okay. Yeah, so this proxy string got moved here, and now I can't look at it anymore. I'd have to clone it before printing the error, and I don't want to. All right, so let's see if this works. Yeah, see, now it's hanging. So that's my proof, question mark, that I'm actually trying to go through the proxy now. And it obviously can't proxy through google.com. It'd be nice if there were a way to test proxy. Test proxy. Online proxy checker. Oh, look at that. Maybe we can try this. I'm learning something new. Our proxy checker has... Oh, this is just validating the proxy checker. I mean, validating your proxy. Yeah, I just want to be able to say, can I proxy through something? But it's not going to... That obviously won't work. Okay. One more? I think I just doxed myself, didn't I? All right. So let's see. So this is this. So we actually have a proxy ability now, and I'll test that when I'm behind a proxy. Get status. Get add source. Cargo lock should not. That's not part of the repo, is it? Where were we? No. So it should be in the git ignore. So I'll just add that to the git ignore. Git commit. So what do we do? Add ability to work through an HTTP connect proxy. Okay, and then I'll just update the git ignore to add cargo lock. Git add, git ignore, git commit -m, add cargo lock to git ignore. I mean, it shouldn't be part of the repo, so I think we're good. All right, so the next thing I want to do, since we now have those two things done, is to take a look at any clippy warnings. And there's a few. First is we have a println with a \n on it. We can take a look at that. Static is no longer required. This is if then else expression returns a bool literal, so we can clean that up. Into iter could be iter mute. Okay, and then use nth instead of nth1. I'm not sure what that means. But we're going to change this anyway, because I want to I want to use clap, which I've never played with before, so it'll be a good thing to learn. Let's go back here. Simple to use, efficient, full-featured command line argument parser. So I will try playing with this and then make a command line thing. So we can, like I said before, we can add these other options of -i or -x for exclude, and -w to just do a word-based search and stuff like that. So let's clean these up, and then we're gonna ignore this one for now until we add clap. So first thing is line 60. Let's take a look at what that is. Oh, okay. I see why you would want to do this \n here, is because everything lines up nicely. So what Clippy is saying is do this, but now these don't line up. So maybe we throw in a blank line just to break things up a little bit. Okay, so what's the second error? Was this thing here? So line 50, around line 50. Oh, it's right up here. Yeah, we don't need to do this. Okay. Mizzard says put it into one format. So you're saying just throw a single. You're saying so do a println of this, then this, or what was it, less than 14, and then viewers, and then do it all like that. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, it looks pretty clean the way ToggleBits got it. Live duration, and then right. So this is what we're considering doing, and then just say entry lang, entry display name, entry viewer count, entry live duration, and entry title. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I missed one. Oh, entry lang right there. Okay. So do that. That's the way that gets formatted. Entry dot title. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I have to say that this style has something going for it, because you can see exactly what's going on, and you don't have to line up like each entry with each other entry. It is slower, right? But we're not looking for speed here. And the fact that it has to generate each format independently and print it out and then do a println. I guess the other option would be to leave that like that and just say println at the end. Right? That's pretty clean. Alright, so what was the next error? Was this one here, line 133. Into iter call is equivalent to iter mute and will not consume the vec. Alright, well, it's going to be on a slightly different line. Yeah, here it is. So they're suggesting doing an iter mute here. Oh, right, I forgot to remove the static. Okay, so that cleaned up that one. Line 7, we'll get rid of the static. And then here they're saying instead of skip 1, use ent. It says use ent instead of ent of 1. So I guess skip 1 is a alias. So this is iter skip next. Let's take a look at what iter skip next is telling us, because I don't understand help use ent. Oh, I see. So use ent. Oh, I misread this. I misread this completely. It says help use ent instead, and then showing how to do it. I read this as instead of nth of 1. And that was, okay, yeah, Mizzard, thank you. Thank you, Mizzard. That's it exactly. So they're just saying nth 1. There we go. So that should still work the same way. Now let's run it over here without the proxy. And it still comes up with all the, let's do a run search for, there's 96 of them. So let's see if we can take a look at the full output and see, because this still kind of bugs me that it doesn't line this up. So obviously the usernames, yeah, so some usernames go long, for example, It'd be nice to get like as we parse, we look at all the usernames and decide. And this is interesting. This has got a couple of blank lines after it. And this has a, looks like maybe this person put a new line inside the middle of their string. Let me look for this and see if that just has the new lines built into it. Yeah. He's got new emotes. Or they. Sorry, I should say they. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's a good thing to check in. We got clippy warnings cleaned up. Let's run cargo clippy again. Oh, too many P's in clippy. And then I put another one there. Okay. So git add status, right? Yeah. Git add source. Git commit. And clean up clippy warnings. Okay, so that's a good change. And then what I want to do, like I said before, I wanted to try to use clap. Now clap is kind of neat. I was looking at it earlier. Is that you just create a struct, and then you put in this macro, derived parser, and then the clap stuff here for additional stuff. And then it looks at the triple / comments and then generates a help based on that. So you can see here, this is name of the person to greet, his name, and if you look here, it says -n name of the person to greet. So it just shows up right there. It just builds it for you. So I want to try this out. So I think all I need to do here is put in clap. And version is it? We'll use 305. And then in main, we will add clap. I think it was parser, right? Wizard says println $1 $x5 has variable width. Oh, so you the $sign will tell. Oh, interesting. Must print format. Okay, so you can number the arguments, but then you're saying that you can actually do. Let's debug display formatting. Let's look here. Right, so that's hexadecimal and octal, right? Let's take a look at. Oh, that's it. This is it. I guess Rust by example doesn't have all of the possibilities, but if you can put a $sign in there and have it say, okay, look for that as the this is the parameter for minimum width. This is debug output. Named parameters, right? Okay. Aha, here we go. So this is what you're saying. Use, it says hello 1:0 $sign. So it's using the 0 to say use 5 and then 1 print the X, and it's going to do it as a 5. And then you're suggesting taking a look at this formatting. Okay, so that's kind of where we were. Good. Okay. Yeah. Let me do the clap thing, and then we can take a look at making the things nicely widthed. This you can even name the width parameter. That's interesting. Width equals 5. Yeah, so what we can do is take a look at the longest one we're going to display and then just line it up based on that. That'll be nice. Okay, so let's go back to clap. right? Use clap parser, and then down in main, instead of doing this stuff here, what we'll do is oh, one sec, I need to send a quick text message. All right, text message sent. All right, so what we'll do is we'll create an args. We'll do that up here, I guess. Struct args. And all we're going to do is we need to derive parser, and I guess debug would help if we need it. We'll derive clap, the about, version, and author. That'll be toggle bit. And I don't know what version he's got in there, but it defaults to 101 when it generates it cargo. And we'll just say term to search for. We'll say, oh, it's not an option, right? We want something that is required. So we don't want to put a clap short long in front of it. Let's look at the code and see if they should have some examples. Or the API reference. Yeah, this is the same thing. No, I'm not seeing it. So let's take a look at examples. Where's examples? Here we go. Demo? Oh, that's the same demo. Okay. Cargo example? Oh, this is not using the struct. Okay, so we don't want that. Tutorial derive? Quick. Optional name to operate on. Yeah, so you can leave out this clap short long stuff, and then we have subcommands. So why don't we just say term string and see how far that gets us. And then all we need to do is say let CLI equals CLI parse. Well, but ours is args. Okay. So we're going to say let args is args parse. Like that. And then our search term is just going to be args term. Right? Doesn't like that. Derive parser. Clap parser. I've got it right there. Or maybe I have to build it before I can do a cargo check. Let's try doing that. Nope, doesn't like that. Parser is imported here, but it's only a trait without a derive macro. That's what they've got, though. What am I missing? I have to use to include the macro. Can I use it? Yeah, use clap parser. This is bizarre. And it's spelled correctly, right? Yep. And then clap doesn't exist for some reason. Let me take a look at the error again. Cannot find derived macro in this scope. Parser is imported here, but it's only a trait without a derived macro. Is that a bug in clap then? Maybe I need to grab an older version of it? That would be annoying. Let me go back here. This was supposed to be like super easy. 305 was 14 hours ago. Just take a quick look here at what changed. That has an X next to it. That's not good. Yeah, I don't know the code, so I don't know. This is deprecated. All right. Is there another way to do it? Use clap parser, derived parser. That's what they have. And that's what I've got. So that's frustrating. So let me try going back a version. Let's go to 3.0.0. And see if that works any better. Maybe I just need to do a cargo clean before using it. Nope. Cannot find derived macro. Yeah, I'm stumped. I'm completely stumped. Rust up update. Oh, I need to include the macro features. Thank you, Mizzard. Ah, okay. So that's, it would have been nice for them to actually say that in the description here. Where's the here, derive API maybe. There's something you have to put in your cargo toml, which of course I'm scanning. I still don't see the cargo toml. Nope. I'm looking. Yeah, so okay, yeah, I did a rest up update. And then what we'll do is in cargo toml we have to add some features thing here. Let's switch it back to 5. And then features equals probably just derive. It would be nice if it actually said that somewhere. Can I go to the example? Because the example would have it, right? The example doesn't have a cargo toml. This does. It was on the previous page and I just missed it. Yeah, sorry about that. So here's the package. Wow, this is a very complicated. Oh, clap derive. Well, let me put derive in here and see. Cargo build. It does say required features equals derive, so maybe that's simple. Oops. Oh, I missed that should be a curly brace. Okay. And then meanwhile, you said it was on the previous page, so on here. Ah, right there. Got it. Yep, so I guessed correctly. It's just derive. And it's working. Game ID is not used. Field is never read game ID. Where'd that suddenly come from? All right. Well, let's do that. Yeah, I know it's hard coded in the URL. I'm questioning why we didn't see this error before. Maybe because I did a Rust up update and now we have an extra lint in there. Maybe that's a brand new lint that because I had this all clean, right? All right, so I should be able, now that this works or this builds, I should be able to run it. Let's see if that guy's still there. Oh, it's okay. We set it, but we never read it. So game ID is created here. It's set here, but we never look at it because when we do the query, it automatically queries for maybe we can just put it in both spots. Okay, that checks. All right, I got nothing. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't break anything. So that guy's not streaming anymore. Fair enough. Okay, so this is working. It's now actually reading this as a positional parameter from the clap parser, which is fun. So let's get it. So we're going to now let's add an optional string. Oh, you know what? I guess the first thing we want to do is add exclusions lists. So if I get rid of this and make a list of people to exclude, we can do that. So what we'll do is say so streamers to exclude, and can I do a vec in here? Because I want to be able to have more than one, right? You want to be able to say -x something or whatever. So let's go look at those examples again and see if we can do vecs. We were looking at the derived version of it. Options. So you can do optional arguments. So maybe this is an optional vec. Flag booleans, flag counts. App settings. No, that's just 1 and 2. These are all pretty simple examples. Option strings. Well, let's just try it and see what happens. So exclude option vec string. Option vec t is meaningless for a positional argument. Oh. So do I have to do clap short, long, like that? Yeah. Okay. That's neat though that it happens at compile time. So if I say cargo run help, what's it going to tell me? Oh, E for exclude. I want it to be X. Is there a way we can set the option? That's okay. Let's do it this way. So it has streamers to exclude. Search 1.0 written by Togglebit. Me at togglebit.io. Okay. So what I can do now is instead of... And does it say you can do more than one? It doesn't say that here. But let me see if it works. If I say E-E1-E2 and then look for Java. It took them both. Let's find out if we see them in the string. So main, as we wait for the train to go by. we should be able to say for e in args exclude. Oh, we have to say if let exclusions is args exclude for e in exclusions, println exclude e. We do this. That checks. Let's run that. Yes, 1 and 2 are both there. Okay, so that means that we can get rid of this and just return. Well, we'll do let exclude equals this, and we'll just say exclusions dot collect, and this is just going to be a vec of strings. I might be able to get away with that. I might have to say the type of the turbofish. Can I do that? Nope. Collect exists. Oh, exclusions iter. Value cannot be built from the reference, so we have to deref it. And that was like map this of this, which just turned into copied, right? Oh, I can't do that. Can't move out of X, which is behind a shared reference. We should be able to x.clone. Okay, that works, but that's sloppy. I guess it makes sense because the exclusions is those strings are part of the args thing, and we can't just get a reference into them directly. And then down here, we'll just pass exclude. And that's going to fail because exclude is expecting a string, a stir instead of a string, which is fair. Oops, that's the wrong filter. This filter is what I wanted to do. Yes. So we can just change this to string. And then display name. What's this doing? Why did that change? Expected oh, because ignored names is now string. Okay. Found stir. Can we make it a string this way? Nope. There, okay. If you add enough ampersands and remove enough ampersands, eventually you get there. All right, so now we should be able to say ignore. Let's run the Java thing. Right, and I should be able to ignore one of these guys, Choco Pie Gang. So -e Choco Pie Gang Java. And that failed. Okay, let's find out why. If ignored name contains displayed name, return false. I mean, that seems right. Ignored names and display name equals this. So that should at least show us what's going on. Oh, it's got to be lowercase. That's the bug. Okay. So maybe we just do that here. Can I say 2 lowercase here? Or do I have to do it after I clone it? No, that seemed to work. I wonder if I do it 2 lowercase, does that remove the need for a clone? It does. Ah, very cool. So let's do the, oh, let's get rid of that print. Display name. There we go. And let's try this. So there's no Chocolate Pie Gang, and if I run it now, there's Chocolate Pie Gang. Okay, so the exclusion works. What else can we do? Oh, you know what we can do is have it so that there's a environment variable that allows us to set up we can just do an exclude extend or exclude append. How do we do it? It's envar Twitch exclude or ignore. I guess we can just say ignore. If let OK ignore list is that, then maybe we make it comma separated. So what we can do is Mamba Dev, hi, thank you for joining. So what we want to do is be able to say Twitch ignore equals toggle bit, and then cargo run rust. He did not get ignored because we don't have the code yet in there. Mamba Dev, thank you for the subscription. Much appreciated. Right, so what we want to do is that, and we say toggle bit, and then maybe somebody else, like myself. Okay, now I'm confused because, oh, it came up, why did this get listed twice? Now, uh-oh. Why did that happen? See how it got doubled up? I'm gonna chalk that down to an API issue. There might be a bug in the way the pagination is done. Maybe if it's exactly a certain number. Mamba Dev says, "What are you working on?" What I'm working on is I forked ToggleByte's Twitch search code, and I am currently hacking it up to add a couple of features that I was looking for when I played with it yesterday. One was to be able to, well, I mean, I'm right now I brought it up to date, and now I'm doing is adding an ignore option. And the last thing I want to add is the ability to do a search, a word-based search. So right now, if Rust is in the name in the string somewhere, it'll find anything with the word Rust, including the word trust. So if somebody has trust in their description, it'll find that, even though it's not Rust. So I want to be able to say cargo run or Twitch search -w Rust and have it just search for that word. We haven't gotten there yet because I'm playing with all the other things I wanted to get done, which is right now I'm going to start on the Twitch ignore thing. And then we'll submit a PR, and then ToggleBit can laugh at my code. And so that'll happen eventually. So what I'll do now is I'll take the ignore list and split it by comma. For I in ignore list split on comma. Then we can just say exclude append I. And there's probably a way to do this with map. Nope. Types differ in mutability. Expected mutable reference string, found reference stir. So to string. Why is it expecting a mutable string? This I don't understand. And if I do this, that's not going to help. Because it's not mutable. And you can't do that, I don't think. Oh, it's expecting a vector? What? It found a string, which was what I was expecting, and it was expecting a reference to, oh, push. Thank you, Mamba Dev. Sorry, I missed your, I'm such a, okay. Oh yes, and this has to be mutable now. Perfect. Okay, so now let's see if this works. I should be able to just ignore myself. First, let's run it without that. Cargo run Rust. You've run into that issue probably 100 times. Yeah, every language has their own thing for add to the end of this list. And I keep forgetting that Rust is push. All right, so we see the three people here. I should be able to say Twitch ignore myself. SCIENTIST. Should know how to spell my own name. And good, I got ignored. So that's excellent. So I can actually just add that to my environment now. And let's add toggle bit just to ensure that the comma separation is working. I should be able to cargo run Rust now. And all we get is Son of Viking. Perfect. Great. So this works. Now the last thing I want to do, well, I think we have it to the point where it's equivalent to the way ToggleBit had it before, right? We've done all of these changes just to bring it up to the current version of UREC, right? We changed the UREC version from 1.5. Oh, I want to say cat cargo.toml. So we changed this from 1.5 to 2.4. We brought SerDJSON up a few versions, but I don't think there was any changes in there. And then we added clap for the command line processing. Cargo run, you can say -H for help and get a nice little help thing in here. I did want to change this to X. So how do we do that? How do we specify? I see value name here, but that's the name of the value, right? I want to be able to specify the actual short option. I'm just looking here to see if there's anything that doesn't match the first letter of the thing. And that would tell me if I hit the right one, but I'm not seeing it. And it would have been nice for it to... Options. Mizzard says try saying short equals X. And couldn't hurt, right? Let's give it a shot. You can either short equals X like this or X like this. Let's try it with the quotes. Worked. Or it didn't complain. Yes, that worked perfectly. Great suggestion, Mister. All right, so let's check this in. What did we do? We're adding or change it to clap, and then we added the ignored list using the clap thing. So git add source and cargo toml, git commit, use clap for CLI parsing, and use -X to exclude, or Twitch ignore bar. Okay, so now we're going to get to the thing that I wanted to do from the start. Finally, now that we've got all that structure in place, I want to be able to say -W Rust. And that blows up because we don't have -W yet. So this is basically going to say, look for Rust in the stream, but make sure it's a word boundary. And it would be nice to be able to do that without having to pull in the regex library, but that might be the easiest way. Let's find out if Rust string search word. Is there something that's built in that allow us to do that? There's split ASCII white space. Split terminator. An iterator of substrings, a given string slice separated by characters matched by a pattern. The pattern can be stir, char, slice of chars, or function or closure. It determines if character matches. Equivalent to split, except the trailing substring is skipped if empty. Yeah, okay, that's not what we want. That's reverse split. Yeah, we might have to add. This is why I'm doing it as a separate commit, because if we have to add in the regex, that might be a little heavyweight. But I don't know. Regex probably already exists in. I'm just going to scroll back to the compile, because look at all the stuff that clap pulls in. And I don't see regex, but I could have just glossed over it. No, I don't see it. All right, let's do it for now, and then if there's an easier way to do it later, we can always pull it out. There's no reason to not do it this way. So let's go over to our. I forget which tab now had the. Let's go to librs and look at regex. I thought that was just a. Okay. Crates.io regex. Yeah, this is the one I was looking for. The one without any other extra stuff on it. 154. Okay. Oh, I want to put it in cargo toml. There we go. And this is a pretty straightforward. So let's go back to. Oh, it's right at the top. How did I miss that? My eyes just glanced right over it. Mizzard is suggesting the stir split by character on C is not alphabetic. Okay, so before I put this in, let us try that. We're going to first add the thing here. Search by on word boundary. Oops. I'm going to delete that, and this will be clap short long word bool. Yeah, bool. Okay. Let's see if that compiles. That should. Oh, it does not. If you want to, oh, clab. I put clab. There we go. So let's try. So we'd actually have to do it in our filter, right? We're going to have to say, add a word bool to the filter, right? And then say over here, args word. And then this is going to be ignored, but it should still check. Ooh, value is potentially moved here. Oh, okay. So let's copy that out. Let word boundary equals args word. And that way we don't have to pass it in over here. And now we have two warnings because we're not using it. All right, so let's try it. This is the display name. We ignore names, and now we're going to say if word, then this is what Mizzard is suggesting. We can split all the yeah. So this will create, and then we should be able to collect that into a vec of strings, right? Let words equal, and this is going to be entry title. We'll still do the 2 lowercase. I guess we can add a -I flag later on to say case insensitive versus case sensitive, and then we'll say collect vec of string. Maybe. Oh, I hit Control D and I shouldn't have, because this contains an unclosed delimiter. Let's do it that way. Okay, we need a type for that parameter. Do we need to charge it first? No, because we're trying to split. Will that work? It liked it. Okay. And we can't build this, so we have to maybe 2 string. Nope. Maybe we just do this. Yeah, okay. That might be easier. And then we can just say if... Oh, we want to return... words contains. Will that work? Term. And it doesn't like this. Temporary value dropped while borrowed. So this creates a temporary value, which is freed while it's still in use. Copied? Oh, copy is not implemented for... So we'll map to string. And then this has to be string. And then this contains term won't work. Clone. Stir. Oh, you can't clone a stir though, right? Nope. You can, but apparently this is still bad. So then, instead of doing it this way, we'll say entry title to lowercase, split on that for E in. If E equals term, return true. Return false. Oh, not there. Here. This is bad. We should have been able to do it with... Yeah, so that works. I mean, it compiles. I don't know if it works, but it compiles. And you know what I'll do is I'll println the terms we find. Found word E. Mamadev says, stir is a pointer to the slicer. You're just cloning the pointer. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so this works, but we should be able to just map and do a map into a vec and then do a contains. But maybe that's just too hard for my brain to understand. Ooh, all right. So we're finding a bunch of blank lines, but that's okay. We did find toggle bit. So let me look for this EOVI, and it should not find those. I'm gonna remove this found word business here because that's way too noisy. So EOVI. It does not find EOVI. And then if I do EOVI without the -W, it does. Ooh, further into the looking glass. Oh, somebody's using EOVI. Oh, it's Mr. Glitchbite. I know them. Okay. Well, not personally. So I think -w now works, right? Is Clippy happy? Clippy's happy. So I think we're ready. I think we're ready for a commit, right? Is there anything else that's, should I test it? I did test it without the W and with the W. I mean, yeah, I think this is it. And we didn't have to pull in the regex thing. Thank you to Mizzard for that split suggestion. So git add source, git commit -m, use -w to search for word. What's a good way to describe it? Search on word boundaries. Like that. All right. So let's take a look at this. This we now have a, we pushed it up. Whole words. Yeah, sorry. I was done before you, before I saw that. I already pushed it. Okay, so what we now can do is generate a PR based on this. A few minor tweaks. So, updated cargo crates to latest and added a -w. No, updated. Let's do a bullet list. Here we go. Updated crates to latest. Use Twitch ignore in var as the ignore list. Add a -x option to exclude streamers by name, and then add a -w option to search for whole words. There, I'll put it there. That's all we did, right? We updated the crates. Oh, and then we added proxy. Added proxy detection. Maybe added ability to use proxies. Cleaned up Clippy. Okay. Right, and then right, good. Okay, so that's our PR. A few minor tweaks. All right, we'll see if he likes that, and if not, that's okay. I have it here, so I'm happy. So what I want to do now is cargo build release, and then just copy it over to my bin directory. Let me just look over here real quick. That's interesting. I don't have... One thing I'd like to do is learn how to add a brew. I don't know what you call brew things. So people could just say brew install something. Obviously not with somebody else's code, with my code, but maybe later. I don't have, I should update my path. So that path equals path. I'm doing this in a separate window because I don't want to dox myself any more than I've already done so. Is home/bin. Okay, so if I do that, and now I can say copy target release Twitch search over to my bin directory, I should now be able to just say Twitch search Rust. Boom. Perfect. Okay, so I'm happy now. Mizzard says, I just saw that there is an is alphabetic and an is alphanumeric. Well, the is alphabetic is sufficient, I think, for at least for this cut. We can always change it later if we need to. All right, so that took an hour and 22 minutes, which is about an hour longer than I thought I was going to spend on this. But it does mean we have another half hour left to stream, and we can get back to our usual stream of making a roguelike. So let's close this out. Let's close out the regex. Let's close out the PR. These are the commits for the RLTK. And this actually is going to be something I want to do after I finish the roguelike. Do crafting interpreters. I scanned it over. There's two different versions of an interpreter. There's a Java version and then a C version. And I thought, hey, why don't we port these to Rust? That might be fun. But meanwhile, here's our roguelike. So let's go to our roguelike tutorial. Oop, I'm getting a phone call. Hang on. So that phone call was important. Unfortunately, I have to go. So we're going to do this door stuff tomorrow. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. I appreciate all the help from everybody, Mizzard and Mamba Dev. And it was fun. And Oscar Ellen too was here. So let's see. I guess we can go raid Togglebit, right? He's been streaming for an hour. He usually goes for a while, right? So let us go raid him. Meanwhile, like I said, thanks again, and I will see you tomorrow morning, my time, for a fully roguelike stream. Take care.